warm up. Yes. Those are. Yeah. Moving in just fortress like it's NOIA. I don't even need the army. Why?
What's going on? What's going on? Lozar here, back with another video. Hey, I told you we're gonna keep these videos coming. Look, look. So, you know, this morning I hopped on YouTube real quick, and you know, just on the internet streets, right? And so, a Mary J. Blige video popped up, and I'm sitting there like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I rock with Mary J. You know what I'm saying? Mary J. is one of them ones, one of them goats, you know what I'm saying, in the R&B side, you dig what I'm talking about? And so I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Now I didn't know what I was about to, encounter when I was encroaching on clicking on this Mary J video, and it dropped recently, so I guess YouTube was like, all right, check out Mary J, see what Mary J talking about, right? I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Mary J, well, yeah, I was a young dude, you know what I'm saying? Coming up, I had my moms, I had, you know what I'm saying, women around me, but I grew up with my brothers. And so, um, you'll hear Mary J, and then like the ladies that you entertain there know about Mary J, stuff like that, whatever, man. But what I'm saying though, I had to jump into this video. And this is what spurred the thought that's why we talking today, right? So we're gonna play this video, just snippets of the video. No copyright, YouTube, we don't play them games like that, right? So with that being the case, we are gonna jump into a few, snippets, you dig, of this one track. Cause we just, as I listen to it, I'm like, man, Mary J is timeless music. And we're gonna get into the reasons as to why. So let's jump into this first snippet right here. And Mary J is dope. Like I said, I rock with Mary J. But we're gonna jump in. We're just gonna listen to the lyrics, we're gonna listen to the music as well.
Yeah, I'm so sick of being sad alone until I can find the one I know I need. I'll never give up on me. No, I still believe in love.
I fucks with Mary J. Look, the vibe is dope. It give me this vibe of like a 90s radio hit. You know what I'm saying? Like a 1997 radio hit, something like that, right? And so Mary J still looking bad. She's still doing the thing. I like how Mary J be wearing them jeans and stuff like that. So what I'm saying though, we still got to get to the crux of the matter. She said a lot within that one space right there, right? At Mary J's stage in life, very successful, very accomplished, definitely decorated in terms of, you know what I'm saying, her impact on the culture, right? At the very same time, she's at a stage in her life where she's in those streets. And so you're looking at it like, okay, she's giving like some good vibes. She's giving some good, chill music, at the kickback or the social or whatever, but for the age group, I would state. But what I'm stating though is that like she's like 55, 52, 50, something like that. Talking about she's still trying to date, right? And so there's an issue with that. And the reason why I bring this up is because, I witnessed my mother at that trying to get married again and things like that. So, I was in college and my mama, man, look, she called me with a prank one time. I was chilling with my lady at the time. And we were just doing just some chill stuff with the family and stuff like that, right? My mother called, she was from a different state at that time. And she was like, she was pregnant and she was like, at a certain age, and I'm sitting here, and she had me shook, right? Because I'm like 23, or 21, one of the majors. I was in college, you know what I'm saying? And she's just calling and playing on my phone, right? And I'm just sitting here like, man, you know what I'm saying? After a while, like, don't play with me like that. Like, cause I'm thinking like I gotta take care of the kid if that's what it is, cause she old as shit. So this is why I'm saying all of this. The Mary J thing is a fallacy. And we're going to get into it a bit more. We have a few more clips. We're going to get into this show Crowns. I don't know if you guys seen it, but it's one of these YouTubers that I check out sometime. Shout out to Mashawn. She goes by the handle of Messy Mashawn on her YouTube channels. Um, check out a Philly. She seemed pretty decent. Like I see Philly as a certain level of you know what I'm saying, a smaller level in terms of scale and size of a Chicago. You did what I'm saying? So like I always like thought Philly was dope, like music and you know what I'm saying, like just the vibe. You know what I'm saying? Meek Mill, of course. Meek Mill, got onto the drill scene out here, pretty tough too. Shout out Meek Mill. You know, they got younger generations that really look up to people that come from there. You know what I'm saying? So, um, for real though, you know what I'm saying? Check out her videos when you get a chance. But I want to jump into this real quick though. You know what I'm saying? This next part of the Mary J video, because it gets better. I'm telling you, it gets better. So let's just skip ahead real quick. Let's get right back here. She vibing. She's on a trip. She's chilling. She's chilling. I like Mary J. Honestly, I would still even like, you know what I'm saying, like say what's up to Mary J. If Mary J, you know what I'm saying, said what's up when I was in, her space, you know what I'm saying, I give her that energy, you know what I'm saying. No, I'm just joking. But let's jump into the video for real. This is deep.
See me alone in the bar of my own, it don't mean a thing. Find me somebody so easily. Yeah, I can't lower my standards. I, the man, the guy, the treat me like the queen that I've been.
Hey, we're gonna stop it right there. Hey, I love it. I love it. And that's where I'm at with it right there. So we're gonna really get into it because I think that on a certain level we think that options are endless. Even, I'm speaking from a male's perspective. And so shout out to Mary J. Shout out to Mary J. But we're gonna get into it real quick because we have definitely again the clips as I mentioned, you know what I'm saying? Man, this this crown show is pretty interesting. But we're gonna check it out real quick here, and we're just gonna see, just where, the conversation continues to flow. All right. So let's jump into it, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me do this real quick. Make sure I do that. All right, let's jump into it.
He's doing those things. Patience. And I'm gonna tell you what wins. That word. Patience, baby. I'm gonna tell you what beats that. Love. Yeah. You cannot deny me loving on you. Yeah. If Kendra could be, I could argue her down to the floor. She could argue me down, but if I keep going, I love you, I love you, I love you, and I keep loving on her and hugging on her, she's gonna eventually break. Because love wins all. I love it. It does. I know. I post it on my Instagram. All the time you do. Wins, and life is good. Yes, and life is good. God is good. All the time. Like blessed, and girl power. Time. Yes, okay. I do.
They did that.
Take me to the king.
They did that.
Truth is I'm tired.
Yeah, that's not a good pose. That is not a good pause. Oh my God. Just in case, child. Woo! Wow. Vivica. Wow. That's all I can say, y'all. That's all I got. Wow.
Let me ask this question. In terms of gender roles, what is your thought process on the alpha female? Or do you even subscribe to that ideology? I'm definitely alpha female. I wouldn't be successful in my career if I wasn't alpha female. But I think
Shout out to Derwin the Destroyer.
I'm going to keep having a great resume, and I'm not going to have a person to share a life with, and I'm not going to become a mom because all my energy is going there. I think sometimes
shout out Kendra. Don't put the same energy. Kendra G is dope.
They don't make space for the relationship. They won't compromise for a relationship. And then you look out one day and you might not have one because you're very career successful, so you know how to be successful, but you didn't deposit into a home. Listen, the VIP club, when you get in your 50s or 60s, is the house. Who you want to be in the VIP? For real, like, you could be single and in the club right now, but when you're 50 or 60, that's your home is the VIP club. So who do you want? You got to start thinking about that, and you have to plan for it. You have to make space for it.
And that's why Kendra is learning how. 40 whatever odd age she is, and that's That's why she where she at. Thinking about the yesteryears with 50 Cent. Okay.
You have to learn about it. I think one thing, because Black women and
I gotta say this real quick, man. I fuck with Kendra G. Her show, singles, live and shit like that. I think she mentioned even on this show, Crowns, that she was single and then she just went live and then that shit, what I'm saying, caught fire like that. That's how things go. If you're business minded, then you expect it. You know what I'm saying? You expect the ebbs and the flows. But then again, at the same time, you're like, okay, you know what I'm saying? You've been putting work into something for quite some time. You want to see you want to see the harvest. You know what I'm saying? Within the preparation, the labor, and the you know tending to. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, I understand that, you know what I'm saying, just as myself as a man, you know what I'm saying, as a black man. So you know that that has, the certain level of, prestige that the world ascribes to it, right? Prescribes to it and ascribes to it. I'm sorry. I meant to state that. Sorry. So, and I really do come from where I come from. I am who I am. And, um, you know, respect is real. So what I'm saying though is that, like, with that being the case though, for women to even have that ideology, such as Kendra G right here. Shout out Kendra G, man, one more time. Hey, look, I'm gonna say this side note real quick. So, uh, chick that what I'm saying I was cool with, you know what I'm saying, real cool. I mean, someone that I know, that I have a lot of respect for. She reminds me of Kendra G like that, you know what I'm saying, like for real. You know, the barely can cook, the getting wide around the hips, right? She ain't 40 yet, she my age, but just wide in the right spaces around them hips. You know what I'm saying? And then she's like, all right, cool, like, you know what I'm saying? But even with that being stated, someone as Kendra would prescribe herself to be an alpha female or something of that nature, is more so again of will she be willing to be submissive, you know if the man does present a direction and a foundation, even though you may not can see it, you have to be more so like Sarai or Sarah. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really one of those cases, and I'm just speaking like this because again, I do have a son. You know what I'm saying? That's my oldest son, my oldest child, and then I do have a daughter. You know what I'm saying? With that being the case, I tell my son, like, what I'm saying, in terms of how to prepare himself. But then again, I speak that real shit to my daughter as well. Like, of course, what I'm saying, like, of course she's gonna get the understanding in terms of wisdom. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna let her know, like, what I'm saying, how to play the game, but that best works for herself when she become a young woman. Like I tell her all the time, I can't teach her how to be a woman. Her mother is expected to do that. Even still to this day, her mother, the expectation is there. But what I'm saying though, at the very same time, is that what I can do is show her what a man looks for within a young lady. You dig what I'm talking about? All right, let's get back into this real quick because Kendra sounds like she want to get married, and goddamn it, I mean, like, it's some available men for even these ladies. Not saying that they're gonna be super alpha or somebody gotta break them down and this, that, and the third. No, it's about respect. It's all about respect. And if that nigga put that wood on you, baby girl, like that's how it go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's life, you know. Just talking from a male perspective. Let's jump back into it though.
I love us. We had to work to pay the bills because we don't always have another person to help us live the way we want to live, right? So we're used to being strong, but that strong, it could be a disadvantage when it comes.
Hey, I just want to say this real quick because I can't overspeak, in this terms, but I do think that at some point in life, for some young ladies, because again, I do have the reference in regards to my mother and her mother and some other, women that I've come in contact with because I come from where I come from. I wasn't never sheltered. I really grew up, in Chicago. So, um, just, coming in contact with people over the course of your life, right? You did what I'm talking about. will see that there are some women who become work heavy and work driven, and it even goes into a point where they get into an age where the health thing becomes a factor. I seen my mother go through this. You know what I'm saying? So um we need more unity in our community, but I can tell you the divide in terms of each other or wanting to be the lead of the household, like that is to the demise of our community. Let's jump back into it.
comes to a relationship, because a man always wants to feel like a man. Not saying diminish yourself, because you don't gotta diminish yourself. And I don't condone that, but you do gotta allow be a man to be a man at times.
Yeah. I often wonder, like, especially when you get older, like 49, single, and then how do you?
Uh-oh.
I've been doing it by myself all this time.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So you
Uh-oh. We're gonna pause it. We're gonna pause it right there. Because we have to focus on that. That's a thing, right? As a man, I'm single. I'm divorced, but I'm single. And so I witnessed these women, you know, these young ladies. I call everybody young lady. I'm sorry. I mean no disrespect. I call younger ladies ma'am, but they like, don't call me ma'am. Like I was like, damn, like hold on. Like I ain't trying to make you seem old, but some younger ladies be like, don't call me ma'am, and I be like, damn, it's like calling her queen. Grand rising type niggas be talking. No, I'm not that dude. But I'd be like, ma'am, just to show respect, and Buddy would be like, no, don't call me that. Like, damn, like I don't know, it must be a thing between her and her mama or something like that. They must be still like going at it, but whatever. Let's jump right back into it.
get married, how do you transition? Right? How do you go from, okay, I'm the female, the alpha female, right, everything. Now I gotta allow this man to lead.
Okay.
I gotta allow this man to leave. Woo, child. Good luck, gentlemen. SYCBM, SYCBM, and never forget to penetrate.
Okay, so I was only 28, right?
Damn. Hey, this is the Mashawn lady. She's a YouTuber, man. I don't know, man. Like I guess like after the 2021 and stuff like that, like she jumped on YouTube or whatnot, and jumped into the algorithm. But she just be going in, and I'll be listening to it sometimes. I don't really have no comments in her section, nothing like that, and I'm not that type of person. But um for real, just for us to view this though, this is a case study. This is a teaching tool. You know what I'm saying? Like it's some interesting stuff going on. All right, so we have a few more clips we want to get into really quickly. Let's see here. We're not gonna make a super long video today. I think this is where we need to be right here. Hold on.
Am I soft? I'm soft. I want to be soft. You're still not going to be soft if you're not soft. Period.
Personality and doing everything for themselves, that they love to allow a man to come in and be their partner or take care of them. That's what I thought. The softer side.
But can I just put this out here forever to be forever debunked? Yeah. Being a housewife ain't easy, y'all.
Yeah,
Get the hell out of here. Take my ass back.
Hold on. Says Selena, who is I would assume on this show she's the only woman that's married, right? Kendra looked like she wanted to get married, and I think Kendra got it. Like what I'm saying, I might slide into the DMs. What I'm saying though is that like even for a 40-year-old woman, I might give her a holler. You know what I'm saying? You don't even the older women be setting their ways too much. However, what I'm stating though is that like with Selena being the only one married on the show, just the way that she talk, you know what I'm saying? I be listening like, man, like, you know what I'm saying? Cause I look, when black men have mothers and they have black mothers and they have black grandmothers, black aunties, black, you know what I'm saying? They have black women around them. They grew up with black women, right? So there's a conditioned ideology in regards to black men in circumstances with black women. Okay. So with that being the case, basically black men have a certain level of conditioning, right? Can we use that word? Where black men lack a certain level of understanding. I'm not saying all, but a good enough minority where those black men make all black men look bad. right? And what I mean with that is that there's a certain level of non-care for our female counterpart. Okay, and it can be cold. It could be just a lack of showing emotions, right? I think that that's what sometimes the barrier is with, understanding a young lady, from my standpoint, like understanding a young lady, or, even if it's somebody that I kind of, I think she cool, want them to get to, understand me a little bit, in additional effort. You know what I mean? What I mean by additional is like, instead of just like texting her in the morning or giving her something, you know what I'm saying? Position or assist her a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I would also, show the effort in terms of wanting to see if, she has some free time. Maybe go chill out and go talk. You know what I'm saying? And not necessarily off that list in regards of where not to go. I mean, that's corny. Whether that's real, whether that's fake, we know the internet is just a metaverse right now. So whether it's real or fake doesn't even matter. That's how people think, right? And so, with that being the case, whether it's the Cheesecake Factory or going bowling or Starbucks or whatever, I don't give a damn. Like, for real, getting to know someone really don't cost much. You know what I'm saying? Like, my whole thing was like, I go on dates, but it's $50. $50. Nah, we feeling good that night, nigga. Like, we do 75. What are you talking about? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just trying to get to know you, right? Oh, I mean, we ain't about to do nothing too crazy. But then again, you have to think about it like in terms of who you're thinking about you wanting to date and if they're cool with that. And that's why you talk to them before you get an opportunity to actually meet up with them. Yeah, be a gentleman. Yeah, be a decent dude. Yeah, be a nice guy. You know what I'm saying? In terms of just trying to show, some care towards a woman. Why not? You know what I'm saying? That does get rewarded. Now, we do live in a world right now where that is being less and less rewarded, or rewarded less is the best way to state that, right? So be discerning. That's a bad word, you know what I'm saying? Because most people think it's more so like spiritual, but at the same time, it's just basically saying like, nigga, have a made up mind. Like, all right, I got $50. Even if it's your last $50 and you just need some company, or motherfucking goddamn it, like you got a bunch of $50 like stacked up somewhere. It doesn't matter. I got $50. I just want to go see what she talking about. And that's how you play the game. Like, I don't know. Like, it can get difficult. You can meet up with somebody who may not be worth the $50. You may meet up with somebody who like $50, like, you know what I'm saying? And then they be looking at you a certain type of way. But at the same time, they could just accept the opportunity or walk away. Because when it really comes down to it, like, nobody has to waste anyone's time, really, unless there are some people who do want to waste your time. And those people you have to weed out in regards to just knowing, like, damn, this person just want to sit up and waste my motherfucking time. And it's not like an aggression thing. It's more so like I peep game, like, so we can cut losses. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, at this stage of my life, man, I've been through all the stages of a young man. You know what I'm saying? Like going down to adolescence. I've been through all those stages, man. You know what I'm saying? A young man, grown man, taking care of grown man, doing it. So you know what I'm saying? Like when you're thinking about it, it's more so like, okay, well, I don't necessarily always have to give the appearance as if that I need to be the strongest one in the room. So I'm gonna just chill and just peep game. I'm just gonna see what's going on. Cause everybody, you know what I'm saying? If they taking a certain stance already, you got to look at them a certain type of way and just peep game. And you just peep their game. That's how it come down. You know what I'm saying? If we talking about dating, but let's jump back into this video real quick. I'm not really into the dating thing, but this is, come on now. This is older women on whatever show that they're on, Crown, or so they got crowned on, but only one is married, and one seemed like she want to be unmarried at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So this is how you be looking at things, like as a young man. But you don't play them games with married people. Married people, you don't. It's messy, like messy Michon. You don't play games with married people. Okay, let's go.
back to work. Okay, and if you throw some cheering in there, let me tell you something. Put me down to the job.
She want to get back to work soon as she get children. Like the children drive her crazy.
Have children. You don't feel like you're missing out on something? I said, look here. Look here. I got 6 guys.
Yes, you do.
Hold on.
Afternoon with them and have a good time.
We're gonna let her finish.
And I'm good. And I'm good. And then I send them home. Gigi loves you. Okay, baby. Because I don't feel less of a woman because I don't have children. And I'm sure we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about your older. Like, I'm sorry, I ain't being mean. I'm not. We gotta do it. Vivica. Hey, she from my hometown, Chicago, man. We gotta show love to Vivica, man. That's all we trying to do, bro. Look.
Are you difficult? Do you compromise? Do you
I don't know how old this lady is.
saying legacy is more than children?
Hold on. Let's get back to the market. Cause I don't know how old Vivica is, but Vivica looking real bad. You know. So we're gonna let that rock. All right, we're gonna get to this next point. I really think that again, the advice that what we've seen, older women giving to the younger women has been something that is detrimental. Reason why I bring that up, there's a reason. I have a daughter. I give my daughter certain, advice and understandings. Of course, the love and affection, and all that good stuff, right? You know what I'm saying? An attentive father, very attentive. And she knows that. So the thing about it though is that like, okay, since you know that I'm there, I'm not going anywhere, right? That there is a certain level of comfort that she feels when she's around a man. And so that's what I'm hoping. This is my first time raising children, so that's what I'm hoping, right? And so with that being the case, it's not in a sense where she can be necessarily combative or competitive. Now, don't get me wrong, following someone's nonsense is just that, right? That's simple. Okay. But if someone laid out a strategic plan and they told you how they're going to get to it, and then again at the very same time, experience setbacks and still maintain the goal, that shows you marks of a man. Okay. That's just check marks. That's one way to think about it. Check marks, you know, persistence, consistent elevation. And then again, at the very same time, with all that life being living, some level of wisdom is being gained through those experiences. Now, if it somehow managed to be molded into a positive, apparatus in regards to kickstarting some level of financial structuring for people's lives, as on a greater scale that they've ever seen it prior than what he's done for them, then that's a big thing. And that's what the women are fighting over right now, because the slim pickings, especially within this recession, the slim pickings in terms of men who have the ability at this very moment, this minute, on this particular day, I guess it's Halloween, on this particular day. I don't really get into all of that stuff. That's demonic in my sense. But what I'm saying though is that, like, whatever's going on, those type of people are searching for the slim pickings of those people who are still at that status at this very moment. And so with that being stated, it's a lot more desperation going on out there in those streets. And that's why people say it's bad in those streets. But then again, even as a young man, a young woman, you have to stay focused and level. Not human, people, whatever. Morals, values, and everything that goes into it. Your work can't be all about, getting money. You got to think about family. You got to think about future. And I think they're going to talk about this again in this video. We're going to let them talk for a little bit. I said enough. We're going to listen to them for a little bit.
That before he even ran.
No, I would say this, and I don't want to give him the career.
Yeah, she had to say that then because he can't even run and try to win. Then he can't even win.
Okay,
He can't even.
Can somebody talk? Damn, can she finish her effing thought? Lord, I need to go to Dollar General.
Run without knowing that his wife is okay with being the first lady,
First
because she
lady.
has to take that role.
right.
Yeah,
But what I'm saying is, when she could have said, "No, I'm not."
And got a
down for
divorce.
this. I'm not sure, but we're saying that she agreed to leave her career to go into this next step.
Because she believed in her husband.
Right. So I'm happy you said that. So I would say this: when I get married, my marriage will trump everything. Period. So if my husband needs me, cry. I can't show it today because my husband needs me. And I think that's what women are missing when they say, be careful.
Well, yeah, that's a no.
No. If my husband needs me, now he could just say,
Be careful with that thought. Y'all heard that? And look at her face. Be careful with that thought. Why is she looking like Maleficent? Not ain't it the witch of Maleficent, whatever her name is? Child. Can't tell him nothing, child. I can't imagine why there's so much difficulties with relationships today. I don't understand why, child. I don't understand why.
needs help. I don't know what the case may be, but this is the problem I think some career women have. Where I got resumes, I got to
No, Kendra,
I disagree with that.
Kendra, I disagree, and I disagree, with love. And the reason why I disagree is because
She used Kendra's line on Kendra. I do this with love.
marriage is a commitment. Yes, it is, but marriage also has to understand that as an individual, you make commitments as well. And so it's not cool to break another commitment.
You think it's important than being a wife?
If that's what he married.
In my life right now?
Child. Lord. I know you miserable Beatrice is over here loving this. I know you are. And I know you agreeing with what Selena is saying right now, but I'm telling you right now, she's wrong. She's wrong. This is where compromise comes in. Take it away from Barack and Michelle at the moment, okay? It's called compromise. But that's not something that clearly Selena want to talk about. Now, mind you, we don't know what's going on with her, and honestly, I don't give a damn. All we know is two ABs, so clearly somebody compromising somewhere. Shout out to settling. It's more important for you to have your show of crowned than to doing what needs to be done for your home and your family and your husband and your kids and your life and your home and your money. But you got to make sure you get over the crown, the place where the scene is not even real, the place where you got to do your own makeup and bring your own damn clothes. But this is what's important. So this is all Selena got in her life at this point. Child, just because it must not be working out well for you, don't be trying to tell these women that are listening that this is what you want. That's why there's so many people that aren't married, not getting married, and having all of these issues in relationships because you don't know what it means to compromise. Like if you're not gonna compromise well, and I know I'm not saying this right, treat the person that you're with well and with respect, then what the hell are you there for? If you're not going to do that with the person that you share life with, share money with, share bed with, share things with, then why are you there? Nobody said you had to be I don't know what it is, back in the 50s and the 40s and the 30s or anything like that. It's not even that. You can't even sit up here and have a conversation. You sitting up here talking about you gonna give up crown for your husband. Girl, you just said give up crown. This cheesy ass bullshit. This all you got going on, child? Girl, why don't you go back and get back to Jive Records and put a record out? Go on back, child. Go on see if they're gonna take you. Go on make a hit. Go on talk about this. Go on compete with Lizzo. Go on compete with Britney Spears and all that other bullshit. Let everything go at home and just go on and go do that. She appreciated being at home when she was at home, though, didn't she? But now she wants to sit up here and tell Kendra, you gonna give up crowns for your husband?
Hey, so very interesting. I mean, I think that all of this information is being presented with love. You know what I mean? Like, I was just joking, man. Like for real. Let's jump into this last clip, man. I mean, again, shout out to Messy Michonne. She does what she does, man. For real. And so, no, for real though. For real though. I really think that, oh man, I'm thinking about what I would even name this video, when I post it, right? I'm thinking like Kendra G versus Atlanta Hawks and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like something like that. It's crazy, you know. And so I think like, when it come down to it, man, and then again, I would assume that Kendra G had to evolve to this understanding. She probably that she believes is worthy of being connected to that person. So shout out Kendra D. You know. However, I believe that, what a lot of young men is that like when you marry a woman, you marry her family. So you do have to pay attention to that woman's mother. That's something that's necessary, you know. You learn this, after no sour grapes, but that does have a strong reflection. Okay. In a reflective way or an inverse way. You know what I'm saying? And so it really does depend though. What was the feminine factions that was around the woman? What was, their typical habitual nature, you know. And so all of that is necessary just to understand, of course, the woman, not just the beauty of the woman. Like, come on now. Come on, young ladies. Like when a man is talking about a woman, it's not always sexual. It could be something more so in her mind or her presence or her spirit. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I was young, I used to have like mothers of the church praying over me. Like they'd tell me like, how to shave, and you know what I'm saying? Like, of course I knew how to shave, but they were saying like, the frequency, like, make sure you keep yourself shaved, and you know what I'm saying? Like, respectable young man. You know what I'm saying? So, and still got love for him. Not for Tari. So, Queen. So what I'm saying though is that, like, honestly, I don't know, man. I think like when it really come down to it, you know, some of these older women, you know, will give younger women false advice and wrong information. And so I don't know, man. I mean, like this is gonna be a long live or a long video. I'm sorry, it's not a live. Um, but at the same time, we got to talk about these things now. You know, um, I want my daughter to be successful. I tell her, definitely, I want her to, you know, find her a young man that she can have respect for. You know, I think like the inflation of how we think that we are is really making things worse for everyone. And then I even state to my son, I know this is too much honesty, but I state to my son, like, I'm kind of concerned about the young ladies that's coming up right now, like, what I'm saying, his age. you know I have a professional background in education, for those who don't know, but I'm Lozart. I'm him. All right. And so, like, when I talk to my son, it's more so like, man, you know what I'm saying, like, just be a man that's respectable, be a man that someone can respect. you know when I'm talking to my daughter, I'm like, kindness is everything, for in my mind, for a young lady. All right, let's jump back into it, man. Hey, look, Kendra G holding the ground, man, and I don't like that she's wearing a tie right there. We gotta talk about all of this. But she says she's an alpha female. That's a psychology that we really got to delve into. It's gonna be something that's gonna be researched, probably being researched now. AI or whatever is coming up with some understanding. Why do a woman has to feel like she has to be alpha though? That's my question. you know Now, okay, I understand my mother didn't have a stable man around her, but some men are being written off as being unstable or whatever, eh, for excuses. Okay. And we got to be conscious of that. Not saying that my father was. I don't know if he was or wasn't. I mean, I know the man. I have connections with him, our family, everything. But what I'm stating though is that, like, I don't he don't talk much. I don't know much about him. And so with that being the case for my son, shit, nigga, know where you come from. This is what's going on right now. Anything else is lesser than. Not in the sense of lesser than, but in the terms of how you think about it, doing the best I can. The best I can, if you rank it, is better than someone else. And it's not better than someone else. And that's okay. Keep working. Let's jump back into the video. We're gonna finish it up real quick. We got one more clip. And then we're gonna go back to this goddamn Mary J video. Matter of fact, man, let's check out this Mary J video while we listen to the rest of this. We know what those folks look like. Hold on for 1 second. Hold on. Mary J to the stage. Let's go. All right. Let's see. Make sure we got this. Struggle streaming. Let's go.
Then I would say you let me talk. Y'all can't cut me off.
Get
Y'all
him.
don't let me get
Get
my
him. Come on, Kendra.
Okay, Kendra, how can be
Come on, Kendra. Y'all, shit, they got me here rooting for Kendra, y'all. Come on, Kendra. Come on, Kendra. Come on, Kendra. Shout out to the sweetie. Come on, Kendra. Come on, they are cutting her off because they so busy want to be combative and difficult. Non-soft, y'all. This is non-soft. But y'all, anyway.
So, girl, it's why because you don't agree with
No, it's not. It's not that I don't agree. I don't care what your. I don't care what your stance is because it's yours. You see what I'm saying? But
let me finish
people,
it
no, but people can talk and listen at the same time. It works.
Now she trying to mommy you, child. Kendra. Now she trying to mommy you, Kendra. I'm gonna need you to peep this type of stuff, y'all. See, this is why I don't know these people, y'all. Y'all, I would go best believe me, and it wouldn't have been soft, y'all.
Oh dang.
Okay. Woo! She don't even see that that's what's happening. That's too damn bad. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. It is what it is, and you ain't gotta like it. But guess what? I ain't on this damn show. Come on, Kendra.
Well, from my perspective, I just feel like because I work so long to have things I had to do to have a family, to be financially stable. I'm not trying to work for the rest of my life. I want to now focus on a family. And to me, my family will come first. So if I can't do something because I'm bringing my kid to school, I would be happy to be in that space because I did.
Okay, so we listened to you. Okay. So now you have to hear the other side of that.
Yes.
When I said be careful making that decision, sweetheart, because there are a lot of women
Mommy.
that have worked very hard to build careers that then sacrifice their
Hey,
career to then
that
go and
skip
be
is
there for
on
their,
Messy
for their
Mashine's
husbands
live.
and then got fooled.
Child. Lord, the bitterness is bitter and child. Woo! Oh my goodness gracious. Why don't these people just go someplace on one island and just be commiserative together? Why does it always have to be doom and damn gloom? Have you been hurt that damn bad, Vivica? Yes. Look at how serious she is. Look at her face, okay? First of all, she mommying her. And Kendra don't see it. Selena is mommying her. Kendra don't see it. Just because she the youngest don't mean that she need none of y'all to be her mother. Kendra, regardless of how she act on the show, which is kind of similar to me, it don't matter what you act like when you're on here. It's what you do when you leave here that freaking matters. Kendra has done it. Just like she said, if she's supposed to work all the rest of her damn life, that's what y'all are doing because you have nothing else to go to. You have nothing else to offer. Nothing. So that's why you're doing it. Don't tell me that if 50 said don't work no more, come be with me, that she gonna show up to Crowned. If 50 said that was what the damn offer is, you give up Crowned and bring your ass. We ain't gonna see her on the damn Crown no more, allegedly.
Hey, we're gonna leave it at that, man. Look. Kind of like just bring to light here is man, the world is not what it was 50, 60, 70 years ago. Okay. It's just not, you know. And so, with that being the case, you have to look at it from the standpoint of, okay, since this is a world that is transitioning, how do I best adapt into the world? Right? Because you gotta still stay, relevant. You gotta still stay successful, right? Now, I'm not talking about adapting in the sense to adapt to morals, values, things of that nature. That really does comes at its own price. And that price may be too much for many people to bear. But when you say that, actually, and your understanding is going to be activated anyway when you hear that. Because if you believe in a true and living God, then maybe you're going to be leaning towards that. If you believe in the hustle, then you're going to lean towards that. If you believe in hoeing, then you're going to believe, you're going to lean towards that. If you believe in robbing and stealing, you're going to believe in towards that. If you believe in whatever, blue collar, I'm sorry, white collar. crimes such as junk bonds and loans given to the poor and disadvantaged. You know, this is all systematic. However, how do we face dating today? You know, you got to be patient. You got to be more discerning. You do have to think about everything that you are attempting to accomplish as a young man, as young women as well. You know what I'm saying? I give my daughter a varying level of understanding, but I give her the same level of hopeful intensity. My son, right? Uh, that's just how I speak towards him. However, you do gotta, remain competitive. You know, even for young ladies, they gotta remain competitive. Mostly when they're in the younger ages. Let's not misunderstand what we're talking about. Men are more competitive. Well, competitive. They're more successful. But they still have to remain competitive to be successful, even in their older ages. Like for real, like you got to be honest, because you got to compete with larger groups of men now. You know what I'm saying? You got to compete with your family members. Um, I don't see competition like that in the sense where I've had like six brothers that at one point in time I grew up with. But still, you know, it's more so of remaining competitive. But yeah, you still got to outcompete some other people. If you're on a level playing field, then there's some people that's always trying to beat you and take your spot. So it is what it is. You know. How I think about, staying relaxed in that sense is not paying attention to all of the negativity. You know what I'm saying? Um, and that's what I'm really trying to convey at this time. You know, as a man, I think about relationships a little bit different. Like, yes, these are my working years. I can work really well, very well. You know, and so that's all I'm doing right now. My kids, of course. I think that entertaining, you know, a woman or a wife, it got to be more discerning nowadays because I do have those children. I do have, the children, connections are present. However, you know, family, I'm going to grow my family. I'm going to raise me a family, you know. And so, what is someone considering? Are they considering ease, peace, happiness, things of that nature? Man, expect the worst in a marriage. So many people want to get married, but then again, maybe so many people don't want to get married. Look at shout out Mary J. Shout out Mary J. Right now, right? And so, when it comes down to it, we got to keep living this life, you know. And so, my expectation for my young man would be to do, and he knows what that means. Do you the best that you can, you know. For my young lady, learn everything that you need to learn in terms of right, and be able to utilize your skills, you know. So, what I mean with that, my sister was, have my daughter in a dance class right now, right? I think that's cool. Sometimes I drop off at the dance class. When she's chilling with me on daddy weekends and things like that, we, we'll cook, what I'm saying, make some breakfast, I'm self-sufficient, of course, but family is always important. But she said to me the last occasion, like, what I'm saying, like when you and and her moms and stuff like that, she like to, assist cooking, so she'll learn how to cook. And I'm like, whoa, it's a 7-year-old talking to me. You know what I'm saying? My son, he's just like, hey, look, we're gonna get something to eat. Like, I gotta tell that nigga, like, nigga, we gotta go, you gotta go get the food, nigga. Like, you gotta hunt it, nigga, like, you know. So shit. With that being said, man, I thought that was cool for my daughter. just mentioning that. And that's what I mean with skills. Like, not being, and she knows that she's smart. She knows that she's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? I tell her that all the time. And varying aspects in terms of just life, you know what I'm saying, for her age range. Spirituality, which is going to be needed for her lifetime. My son as well. But, you know what I'm saying? I was speaking about my daughter right now, you know. So, yeah. With that being the case, we gotta look at it. We gotta we gotta look at this. You know, we have to look at this now. I take my kids to go see their grandmother, my mother. Every so like a birthday, stuff like that sometimes. And my mother is honestly a shell of herself. I can't really show her on the internet. She's a shell of who she once were. I saw her work so hard. She was a LPN. I think she might have been an RN. I don't know, but working those hours as a nurse, I knew then. Like I didn't want a woman that worked that many hours. I knew then as a young man. My mother was never home. You know, we had to raise ourselves. I had to learn how to raise myself and still keep myself alive in these streets. So, I did have connections with family members and things like that. So you always play it safe, of course, But then my thing was to play it a step further and play it smart now, you know. That's what I wanted after viewing my mother's um negligence, right? So with that being said, of course, my father, that was at 7 years old. That's why my children's ages in terms of seven are so important to me. These are things that my children know already. At seven, I had to learn life for real. It was on me, you know. That's when life became real. At 10, that's when literally I was operating as my own teenager. When I was 15, I was operating as my own adult, you know. So that's life. And I don't want to see my daughter looking like this woman or like Grandma Sanders. So I'm gonna wrap it up right there, man. Look, like, share, and subscribe. We're gonna keep these videos going. Look, life is real.